I'd like to answer the first parts of my statement in English to be absolutely precise as to what we're saying here at the moment. The statement was made in an interview to Michel Caruso Cabrera, and there was an answer given which, in my mind, did not really give credence to the Secretary of State to drag in a few things that perhaps are not even relevant at this precise moment. And what he said was, and I'll read out to you to make sure you know what it is, when he was asked about the bailout for Pakistan, and he turned around and said, "Make no mistake, we will be watching what the IMF does. There's no rationale for IMF tax dollars and associated with that American dollars that are a part of the IMF funding for those to go to bail out Chinese bondholders or China itself." Why I believe that this statement is completely inappropriate is because China has $3 trillion in American deposited bonds and reserves, and I am a little bewildered as to why this needed to be said, because I don't think China needs, or Pakistan needs anything to do with its Chinese funding. We had a conference here 2 weeks ago in which the Chinese who came from Beijing said quite clearly that President Xi Jinping sees Pakistan as an iron brother. And there is absolutely no reason for anyone to intervene in that relationship for anything that is going on between us, especially when the Chinese have already invested $4 trillion into the BRI and intend to spend another $1 trillion. And the CPEC loop, as it's called, is one of the most important aspects of the BRI. In the 17, 18 SEZs that are to be built on the BRI initiative, 9 are in CPEC in Pakistan, which shows to you the importance of Pakistan and what CPEC is doing. I think these CPEC has not come under any discussion. As far as CPEC is concerned, I would like to read out to you this aspect of it. It is the stated position of this government that it is totally wrong to link any IMF package with CPEC. This is our stated position. It is affirmed that the Pakistan government is fully committed to undertake and complete CPEC projects in their totality. CPEC is important for the future of Pakistan's development and prosperity. Government of Pakistan will continue to ensure that all projects of CPEC are completed according to the agreed terms and within the stipulated timelines. Third parties cannot weaken our collective resolve to make CPEC a success story. Now, let's go a step further as regards the seeking of an IMF package. Categorically, we state that the present caretaker government does not have the mandate to decide such a matter, especially at a juncture when the democratically elected government is about to assume its responsibilities. It is a policy matter to be decided by the incoming elected government. This is regarding the IMF bailout. And we would like to say it loud and clear so that it is heard internationally. Now, let's go back a very little bit and I would like to say that as far as the current economic crisis is concerned, I think the finance minister has made a statement, but on Monday we will be getting together with an informal, I think it's Monday, chat with a couple of ministers and all you people gathered here to talk about the accomplishments of this government. And amongst the accomplishments is the highly strategic role played by the caretaker government, despite its limitations, in seeking to sort out the economic and other international aspects of our problems at the moment. I would like to go a step further. And I take the statement given on the election in Pakistan, where the United States has said, it is our desire to negotiate a mutually beneficial relationship. Now, this is what perhaps Mr. Donald Trump calls double-speak, or it is called fake news. Inasmuch, while you speak of helping Pakistan, and you knew Pakistan was undergoing certain economic shortages, why does anyone get upset if our friends internationally decide to uphold the sovereignty, integrity, and security of Pakistan? In fact, all our friends, whether they be on the other side of the Atlantic or wherever, should help us as we help them in their moments of crisis. They speak about do more. Do more what? You wanted us in South Waziristan. When we finished that, you said, do more. We went into North Waziristan, said, do more. 17 years of war has not been brought to this strange situation due to Pakistan. Pakistan has paid every price it could pay. And then the latest was, bring the Taliban to the table. But we won't talk to them, we'll talk to the Afghans. Well, forget the Afghans, they are talking to the Taliban at the table. I'm sure all of you have read the news. So why this strange throttling of Pakistan where we are not even allowed to inhale enough air into our lungs to be able to function normally. On the other hand, and I'd like to repeat, a new movement which you may not be aware of, individual licenses have been issued to India for high technology weapons, thus enhancing US-India bilateral defense trade. The sum being credited to this account is $9.7 billion. Now, this is at a time when we are being told, when we say, can you do anything for us? You owe us a lot of money from the past. Pay us that money. We need to pay that money out. And much of it was CSF funds and reimbursements which are due to us. There's no money. So, $9.7 billion just now. Then, it is interesting that as of lately, I would like to bring to your attention, you know, I'm not now speaking as the foreign minister, as an individual in Pakistan some months ago, and through this tenure also in the beginning I said, we should say, we don't really need your money. Don't keep hanging it, dangling it out there. We're living without it for quite a while now, and you owe us, in fact. Well, now, in the NDAA of 2019, the Congress has confirmed, and I quote, there would be no coalition support fund for Pakistan. So I wonder what they're dangling out there. It's, you know, and the NDA is the National Defense Authorization Bill. It has been passed by both the Senate and the House. Congress has therefore now decided to anchor further US assistance to Pakistan and Afghanistan in a more bilateral context. Not Pakistan, but Pakistan in Afghanistan. And specifically in the area of border security. So things are still being dangled in front of us, but the sum is $115 million. I wonder what they expect us to do with that. The truth of the matter is, it's just demand, demand, and demand. There is no rationale. There seems to be a lot of ire over CPEC. I don't see why. The larger sums being shifted to India. We are not complaining to the United States about that. Even if we did, it wouldn't matter to them. And I think the important situation is they're deviating from their stated objectives, as I said earlier, of the desire to negotiate a mutually beneficial relationship. I wonder what that in terms of financing, in terms of, while at the same time, you know, FATF throttling our neck, the GPC throttling our neck, even on religion throttling. I mean, perhaps if there would have been a bit of assistance as there used to be, things might have been a lot easier. But nothing on this count is being moved forward. So I'd like to say, and I have said it earlier in my speech, that why raise this issue at this stage when we haven't asked the IMF for something? Point one. Point two, with the great difficulties we are marketing CPEC to try and raise the living of Pakistanis, why are you trying to smash it down by berating? And when China has neither demanded nor have we told anyone what is the source of our agreements and funding with China. So to say, well, the IMF won't, well, we knew that this conversation was taking place with IMF. Is it fair? Is it under rationale and reasoning? Or is it purely, and the constant rearming and bolstering of the Indo-Pacific, as they call it, security now, in which obviously China is not included? Well, is it because they want to undermine the Chinese initiatives here? Whatever it is, it doesn't sound fair, equitable, or rational. So we say to them, we haven't asked IMF for anything, the new government will decide. You have decided to be fair, mutually beneficial with the new government, let's hope so. And more than anything else, this is creating more problems for us at every stage. And I personally think that after all we have done and are continuing to do in Afghanistan, with the Afghan leadership, even the new potential government is talking of India and Afghanistan, a lot of things that are beneficial to the region. I have a sneaking thought. The continuing throttling of Pakistan is more petulance than state policy. And I think it's about time we ask them to be more reasonable in dealing with us. Thank you. Any questions?
Sir,
yes.
Sir, I'm already called for public use. So if I'm not wrong, you have just mentioned, not as foreign minister, but as a common citizen of this country, that Pakistan should refuse American money. Is it?
Aid. The aid which deals with Afghanistan.
While, sir, the perception about Pakistan's economic situation is not good, do you think that the coming government...
I'll answer that question on Monday if you come, when I'm sitting with the press and the finance minister, and you'll find out what all has been done. Don't read your own papers and decide everything is not good. You'd be surprised what all we've done in these 2 months. Gee.
I just want to know that should I take the meaning that you are going to direct the new government, the forthcoming government?
How can I direct the new government? Is that logical?
What is the meaning by saying, what is the meaning of this statement that Pakistan should refuse the American money or American...
Exactly as I said, as an individual, not as the foreign minister, I have been saying this for months, that this game has gone on long enough. I have read to you aspects where there is no money to give you. Don't you understand that? कुछ अपनी गैरत को भी तो ललकारे. तो फिर आप क्या करना चाह रहे हैं मुझसे ये सवाल बार-बार करके?
सर मैं ये पूछना चाह रहा हूँ कि जो वोट टेकिंग सेरेमनी है क्या उसमें बाहर से किसी मेहमान को बुलाया जा रहा है खास तौर पर किसी पड़ोसी?
I'd love to answer that question. I know certain things, but it's not fair. We should not speak or infringe upon the incoming government's right to say these things. इंतज़ामात इसके होंगे तो उन वजारतों में होंगे जिससे हम मदद कर सकते, कह नहीं सकते कुछ.
Sir, my name is Hussain Haroon. I'm from Gold News. Sir, I just want to ask, US is putting pressure on IMF not to release money to Pakistan. On the other side, US has a largest number of voters in
IMF.
Yeah. So what would we have option then if like they put some pressure on their own voters and they dictate them not to vote for this purpose?
36% of the funding of IMF, 36%, is US based. ठीक है जी? Forget the voters, so the percentage of the clout of the voters, 36%. The new government will know best what to do. I don't know their policies. We are all hopeful that their policies will see this period through the same way as we have just as caretakers seen this period through now. 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, we were under severe strain and stress. You want to hear about it? Come on Monday, where we'll give you some details, and you will find out whether we have performed our responsibilities or not. You should know that also. I think that we have the wherewithal to help ourselves. How a new government aims to do it, I cannot encroach upon their right to speak. So I cannot answer that for them. But I'm sure where there's a will, there's always a way. Let's not get bullied.
Sir, Saad Umar from Rose TV. Sir, I have a question. That is to chair this seat and to have a caretaker Prime Minister. Sir, what do you think and what do you feel about how can Pakistan get out of this situation, and what is your opinion that what's your opinion to next government that what Pakistan do, that always America demands Pakistan do more. On the other hand, that American and NATO forces do nothing for Pakistan in Afghanistan.
मेरी जो राय है मैंने आपके सामने पेश की, इनके सारे जवाब मैंने दिए। उससे ज़्यादा मज़ीद मैं यही कह सकता हूँ, वो आके ख़ुद अपने जवाब दे सकते हैं ना, मैं नहीं दे सकता उनके लिए। नई हुकूमत मुंतखब हो चुकी है और मेरा ख़्याल है कि ये गैर ज़िम्मेदारी का काम होगा कि हम कोई इस वक्त बात करें। अगर हमसे मशवरा लिया जाएगा हम उन्हें ज़रूर देंगे, फिर वो बता सकते हैं उन्हें क्या बेहतर सूझती है।
सर, फटा इस्लाह से लेके बहुत से ऐसे मौज़ूआत हैं जिनके ऊपर पॉलिसी फ्रेमवर्क दिया है केयरटेकर गवर्नमेंट ने। हम उसकी डिटेल में अभी नहीं जाते, लेकिन अभी आप फरमा रहे हैं कि आई एम नॉट सपोज्ड टू टॉक ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ द नेक्स्ट गवर्नमेंट।
वो तो आपको भी मालूम है, कोई नई बात तो मैं नहीं कह रहा।
एक और बात करने जा रहा हूँ।
ज़रूर कहिए।
जो एक्सपेक्टेड जो फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर है जनाब असद उमर साहब, वो तो कह रहे हैं कि आईएमएफ के पास जाने के अलावा ऑप्शन भी कोई नहीं है। लफ्ज़ों का इल्तर हो सकता है, मतलब यही है। जबकि 39% उसमें आपको अमेरिका का रोल बता रहा है।
36
तो अमेरिका की इम्पोर्टेंस तो है, जो अमेरिका हमारे साथ कर रहा है, और दूसरी तरफ हम कह रहे हैं कि
अमेरिका आपके साथ क्या कर रहा है भाई साहब? गला दबा रहा है। तो आपको सांस लेना ये सिसकियों से बेहतर लगता है तो करें, लेकिन हमारा कोई मशवरा इसमें नहीं है। जिसने जो करना है आगे चल के ज़िम्मेदारी उनकी है। जी सॉरी, यहाँ पे
अमेरिका की तरफ से पाकिस्तान से मदद के लिए कहा गया कि अफगानिस्तान के अंदर मामलात को ठीक करने के लिए मुज़ाकरात की टेबल पर लाया जाए इन कुव्वतों को।
तो मुज़ाकरात तो हो रही है उनकी अब उनसे।
जी मदद मांगी गई। तो अभी ये जो अमेरिका की तरफ से एक नई जो सिचुएशन,
आप लोग पहले क्यों नहीं आए इंतखाब से? ये सारे जवाब मैं देता था यहाँ बैठ के, जो भी मुझे मिलने आता था। इसमें बड़ी एक आसान जवाब है, लेकिन अब गैर मुनासिब हो गया है। I called you the second day I was in this chair for iftar. याद है? जो मुझसे सवाल कर रहे थे मैं जवाब दे रहा था। मैं जवाब देने से डरता नहीं हूँ। I have run the newspapers myself. Don't. मुझे क्या घबराहट होगी? I never said that.
No.
I said that America has given India just now for technical.
In terms of the coalition support fund, when we're asking for money, they say we don't have funds.
नहीं, आप गलत समझ रहे हैं। इसलिए मैंने बड़े वाज़े तौर पर हर एक चीज़ आहिस्ते से पढ़ा, उसमें आप गलती कर रहे हैं। जी भाई, अगर आपकी शाही रग पर अंगूठा लगा हुआ है बड़े अरसे से, तो शायद सही सांस लेने के हम आदी ना रहे हो। क्या ख्याल है? जी।
Sir, you have mentioned that United States, the statement of Mike Pompeo regarding the caution to IMF regarding Pakistan and payment of loans to China. What we conceive that whether we are drifting away from United States and we are looking towards China and rest of the countries like Gulf countries to help us to go through this default-like situation which is now arising.
आप लोग मेरी कितनी तकरीरें हुई हैं कि मुख्तलिफ़ जगहों पे आते नहीं हैं शायद। वो जो मैंने CISS पे तकरीर दी उसको सुन लीजिए तो शायद कुछ वहाँ मालूम पड़े आपको। सरवर नकवी साहब ने जब किया था, देखिए इस वक्त मुझे कहना कि अमेरिका क्या कर रहा है, अगर इतनी देर के बाद, विच इज़ द लास्ट टाइम दैट अमेरिका गेव अस समथिंग बेनिफिशियल, आपको याद है कब?
Sir, I think so that you are going, when your government is outgoing and you will certainly recommend something to the next government, what happened in last 3 months. And pertaining to that situation...
नहीं, 2 महीने के लिए हम आए, सबसे पहले हम रेकमेंड नहीं कर सकते, हम अपनी जो सोच है उसको ज़रूर इजहार करेंगे उनको खुफिया तौर पर।
So what are you thinking right now on that respect?
ये तो वो उनसे कहने से पहले आपसे कह दूं तो गैर मुनासिब है। मेरी तो बड़ी राय है, लेकिन मैं मुंह बंद करके बैठा हुआ हूँ, क्योंकि मुनासिब, आप इंतखाब से पहले आते तो कहने में कुछ बात भी बनती ना। अब वो कहेंगे नई हुकूमत मुंतखब हो गई अवाम की मर्ज़ी से, आप कौन होते बोलने वाले? ये तो अभी वी आर ओनली होल्डिंग ऑन टू हैंड ओवर, तो अब वो इंडिपेंडेंस 2 महीने पहले की वो नहीं रही है।
सर, अवामी नुक्ता नज़र से देखा जाए तो आप एक पॉपुलर बात कर रहे हैं, पब्लिक भी अमेरिका के बारे में यही जज्बात ऑलमोस्ट रखती है। लेकिन सर, विद ड्यू अपॉलॉजी, आप हमारे सीनियर हैं, आप एक मसले की तशखीस कर रहे हैं, लेकिन आप उसको प्रिस्क्राइब नहीं कर रहे सर, विद ड्यू अपॉलॉजी।
देखिए जी, मैंने आपसे पहले ही कहा, क्या ये मुनासिब था? जैसे मुझे बड़े आज राय मिली लोगों की कि आप ये बयान ना दें। मैंने कहा जाते हुए भी इतनी बड़ी एक हमारे साथ ज़्यादती की जा रही है, तो अगर मैं ना बोलूं तो मुझे अपने साथ रहने में ज़रा दिक्कत होगी। तो ज़रूरी है कि हम बोलें उन मौज़ूआत पे जिनसे हमारे मुल्क पे असर पड़ता है। ये देखिए ना, ये बयान से ये वाज़े होता है कि कोई आने वाला भी कहेगा यार ये तो कह रहे हैं कि ये लोग सीपैक में फंस गए, तो उसका मैंने सही मानों में आपको तफसील दिया कि ऐसी कोई बात नहीं है।
Sir, with due apology,
ना अपॉलोजी करें, बोले जो आप बोलते हैं।
Mr. Mike Pompeo and America has questioned Pakistan's integrity and sovereignty when he is talking about CPAC project, Pakistan's internal affairs, what Pakistan is going
Correct.
to teach on debt and all that.
Correct.
Debt service in particular.
Correct.
So when we are talking about Pakistan, it is not the question that what would be the next government's prerogative and how they are going to carve their policy in the sense of United States. It's the question of Pakistan. You are dealing Pakistan, we are dealing Pakistan.